Like and subscribe in the next 5 seconds if you want the max level 100 Season 5 Battle Pass on your Fortnite account. The Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 5 update recently released, and with that said, everybody by now is probably already getting used to every new feature and map change that's been implemented. Despite this being the case, don't get too comfortable, however, with everything we're currently seeing, as the map is about to drastically change with this year's Winterfest event being implemented. Throughout this season, data miners have managed to find that we're going to be seeing 4 downtime updates, the next one being 15.10 containing this Winterfest event. And as you guys know, every year we see the Christmas themed battle bus, not only map changes surrounding Christmas in itself, but the map entirely being swept in snow, whether it happens gradually or instantaneously. And believe me, we've got a ton more details, as everything has been leaked regarding the brand new Winterfest or Christmas event leading up until Christmas, and even one of the free skins we'll be able to unwrap in the Winterfest presents that also will be making a return. And in terms of free rewards, whether it's the presents or the challenges themselves, let's just say we have pretty much all of them leaked now, so make sure you're sticking around and watching the full thing, because if you don't, Peely says when Winterfest rolls around, the only thing you're going to be getting in your presents is coal. Speaking of Christmas presents, however, there's one way you can make my year, or one present you can give me, and that's from simply entering code FriendlyMachine inside the Fortnite item shop. As an Epic partner, it greatly supports the channel, and obviously I'm one of very few YouTubers on the platform that gifts 5 subscribers every single day. And before we literally prove that, I just want to remind you guys that 70% of you watching right now, maybe perhaps without realizing, aren't subscribed. So do yourself a favor, stop what you're doing right now. Yes, the screen went black, and hit that big red button so you can become one of the 30% that's eligible to be gifted. And by now you guys know the drill, considering we gift 5 subscribers every day. We need to buy more V-Bucks to splash out. And despite me only adding 1,000 more V-Bucks onto my account, I figured I'd give 5 of you guys this today, though it's kinda like you're opening an early present because hey, it's Christmas, and I hope at least all of you can open one of your Christmas presents early underneath the Christmas tree. If not, then you could be disappointed like Peely here. Anyways, if you want to end up like any of the 5 guys I'm about to send this to, make sure of course in a future video you subscribe to the channel with all notifications turned on, and then comment your Epic Games ID down below, so perhaps even in the next video, fingers crossed none of these already have it, I guarantee at least one does. Let's see. Yep, AG Cotton. Anyways, hopefully you could end up like these 5 in the next video if it successfully delivers, fingers crossed it does. And yeah, it has, so hopefully you can enjoy the gift. And with that said now, considering so many of you will be wondering what's going on with Winterfest, let's hop into a game and discuss all the details. I know, Peely, I know, we're all wondering what's going on. And the best, almost sense-worthy start I think we can make on this is discussing when this update's going to be, instead of, hopping into everything included within it beforehand. So first of all, Tiger Hyper managed to state this over on Twitter regarding this new update 15.10 that we've already determined to be the Winterfest event, or the Christmas event, whatever it's called. This might mean nothing, but it's worth mentioning. 15.10 has a big amount of builds already, being what makes up an update, about 613 builds right now, which is more than 15.00, or the Chapter 2 Season 5 updates. And with that said, more builds usually indicate more features or stuff that's being worked on, and let's not forget that 15.10 is the Winterfest update, just as a reminder. He also followed up by stating the 3 things. Also, this could be because modding is coming to creative, so it makes sense, and somebody asked, is the update tomorrow? And the response he gave to that was, no, it's coming next week, which I'm guessing is going to be very early on, either Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. And that would then make the date of this update either be the 14th, 15th, or 16th, but if it's Thursday, it will be the 17th, as it was last year. And that meaning then, on the lead up to this date, or on those previous dates just mentioned prior to the 17th, we should be seeing something like this on the news tab again, that appeared for the first initial 2019 Winterfest update. And in terms of when the event goes on till, it doesn't just end at the end of 2020, no, it goes into 2021, as remember we're yet to see the New Year event, obviously just the fireworks in-game, with the year represented by a firework display itself that doesn't grant us a free reward for seeing it. And this event occurs all the way throughout New Year's Day, I believe, January 1st, 2021 for those that don't know. And the fun thing about this, considering different time zones in the world, every time somewhere else or a different country enters 2021, this event will play in game randomly. And with that said, with the talk of Winterfest, everybody's ultimately wanting to know what are the free rewards for logging in, kinda like daily login rewards that we see granted to Save the World players from logging in every day. And before we reveal how that system's going to work yet again, with it being being very similar to last year, just please note that we also get 14 free rewards every single day. A new one is revealed out of the 14 with a challenge that we need to complete in order to obtain it. And here is the Winterfest challenge set from last year, what it looks like when it pops up and all the challenges and rewards contained within it. So overall, this allows us to ultimately get 2 free rewards every single day, or even 28 total free rewards out of the Winterfest event, just from simply opening all the daily presents, of which look like this in Crackshot's cabin that may be revamped, that we're going to be getting into more in a second, and from completing each challenge. Now in terms of the presents themselves, this system is kind of weird if you guys remember from last year or in Chapter 2 Season 1. Each present obviously had 2 possibilities of what reward could be contained inside, despite obviously the left hand present, this big green one with the red ribbon, which had the Woolly Warrior skin inside, and of course on the right hand side, the Millennium Falcon was obvious it could only be inside this, and again the Christmas tree skin could only be from selecting the Christmas tree. Because of this, and yes, this system will be making a return, so pay close attention, people in the community tried to decipher and managed to very quickly successfully how we can tell what's inside each present in terms of the reward that will be, if there's 2 possibilities in each of the ones on the left hand side anyways. Because of this, you may have seen many diagrams floating around on social media, especially Twitter, like this last year, and this told us directly what sounds we need to listen to in what particular presents, or what rewards were possibly contained in each type of present wrapping paper. And considering these same sound effects again were added back into the files of when we shake it, whether it's a cat, whether it's the default dance kind of played, I believe there was around 6 in total. It looks like these exact sounds are going to be used again to determine, well, what's inside the particular presents that obviously will be revamped or wrapped in different wrapping paper and contain new or different rewards. Now in terms of how we go to open the presents, if this wasn't already obvious too, well, the lobby is going to be revamped, as it's been literally just re-implemented exactly back into the files as it was like this last year, but for Chapter 2 Season 5, as you can see, Twee managed to pull into the game early. And despite all the Winterfest sound effects to do with the opening presents and Crackshot's cabin being re-implemented of where we did open the presents or this particular scene, the overall scene itself of Crackshot's cabin hasn't been added back, but this is actually a part of the lobby scene in itself and a different option we can select to visit and then open the presents. So I'm guessing either it's going to just be revamped on the inside, or with them re-adding this lobby back into the files, it will then be changed out for something perhaps like an igloo that we can visit, but this will only be made aware to us the players from data miners revealing this in the update itself 15.10, but again it would have already gone live then after downtime and you would have been only aware of this for like a few hours. And in terms of going to the cabin itself, this is how we could get revealed to our brand new challenge every day from visiting the stocking instead of just opening the presents. And let's not forget some of the cool Easter eggs like making Peely appear from behind the window and even getting free XP from simply staring at this campfire. And whilst we're on the topic of challenges and rewards too, let's go over how these actually worked. So basically, every year we see the map entirely covered in snow at some point. As it were last year, it started out at Shiver Inn, the brand new POI or named location on the map that actually teased the Polar Legends pack early with these glacial statues of the characters in it. And I'm not saying this is going to entirely return like it did last year in this exact place again, but it's more than likely we're going to be seeing a particular area on the map start to, you know, spread snow more than the area in the bottom right hand corner where it always is. And then with the snow rapidly spreading, obviously covering our entire map eventually or kind of quickly, this happened last year, we'll be seeing new structures added around the map that directly correlate to these challenges and ones we need to visit in certain amounts anyways, like all of these on screen right now that were added back into the creative prefab section, and these were literal map changes last year as you can see on screen right now. And now that that's said regarding the challenges, with us not knowing exactly all of the rewards but maybe some of them based off all the leaked or unreleased cosmetics you're seeing on screen right now, which ones of these are definitely surrounding Winterfest, whether they rotate throughout the item shop or will be completely free? Well, firstly, before we discuss the 100% kind of confirmed free skin, let's go over what could be coming throughout the item shop or even be the second free skin like we saw too last year, obviously just from opening 2 of the presents. This first skin set is called the Gingerbread Raider, and as you can see it comes with this back bling that actually has 3 facial expressions that Data Miner managed to discover before the 15.10 update goes live, and also this comes along with this harvesting tool. Next up we have Falalala Fish Stick, and this is basically just a revamp revamp of him looking like an elf that comes along with his smaller self back bling, kinda like we saw the Crackshot variant for the Crackshot skin in back bling form. And finally, out of the non-confirmed free skins or skin sets that we're going to be seeing, we have the Frost Squad skin with the Snow Globes harvesting tool and Winter Wing glider. In terms of one of the free skins that we haven't mentioned yet that's also already leaked prior to 15.10 is the Snowmando skin that's also going to be an NPC in-game upcoming that we can trade with. And how we know this is the case is because every other item shop cosmetic, even these winter ones that I've already mentioned, the skins themselves have a tag in the files or coding specifying they belong to the item shop or are obtained through there, but Snowmando doesn't, implying that he's going to be free, open throughout one of the presents anyways, implemented newly into Winterfest 2020. And this skin comes along with the Blustery Bag back bling, kind of like, again, a smaller version of Snowmando. And you guys even previously saw this already from Twee pulling the Winterfest lobby into our game in Season 5 early. And speaking of Season 5, with it having this winter revamp, I don't know entirely how this is going to work. Are we going to sink into the snow like we can the sand? Will the 0 point have some frosty topping on it, or snow just gathered up there? Or will it be always permanently snowing down onto the 0 point, considering anything that touches it gets sucked into it and then spat back out? And throughout all these map changes that do occur, obviously one of these 40 bosses or NPCs or traders that we can interact with will be the Snowmando skin as an NPC as previously mentioned. Hypex managed to find in the files the description for him as an upcoming NPC too. Snowmando would actually rather work on perfecting his hot cocoa recipe than all of this fighting, but he knows that a snowman's got to do what a snowman's got to do. And despite this not being too interesting, the interesting thing I'm speculating about or thinking about anyways is the fact that he's going to be coming with a brand new exotic weapon, considering more have been leaked in the files, and maybe perhaps that is a new revamped variant of the Snowball Launcher. This is literally a weapon that's made an appearance in Fortnite for Winter or the Winter Update, even before we got free rewards for the first time in 14 days of Fortnite since 2017. This was a long time ago, and it will be the 3rd anniversary of Fortnite's Winterfest or Christmas event this year. And speaking of things to do with Winterfest or the Christmas event that have been known to us for a long time but haven't made an appearance anyways, is this Polar Poleaxe harvesting tool that I'm guessing they planned last year, as it was in the files then, to be a free reward either earned for completing challenges or even opening a bonus present potentially, as it wasn't one of the 14 that we could already open. And then for whatever reason, Epic maybe thought, hey, we can't get around to this because we're on holiday, and that's what they typically do, hence why, you know, the Winterfest update is so large, even bigger than the Season 5 update as we previously proved on screen. And I'm guessing all the updates this season are going to be pretty huge, considering there's only 4 downtime updates, whereas last season we had literally 6, ranging from 14.10 all the way up to the 14.60 build. And the final thing to go over now before I end off and show you guys all of these winter themed rewards in the locker that we currently know of that are in the files prior to the 15.10 update is, we could even be seeing a Winterfest lobby screen or scene where we can open presents in Save the World, as both are going to be revamped according to Kumar, who managed to find both of these in the game's coding. Initially we thought these were both for Battle Royale, obviously being the present scene that we go to open our daily gifts or rewards from Epic Games, but then obviously the files got updated and then we knew that this was returning, this lobby screen or scene. And even still, this might not be the case for Save the World, it might completely remain the same despite their winter update that they typically see anyways, because let's remember Epic Games can scrap or not use content, for instance this lobby that's been in the coding for ages that isn't used as of now, and also the Polar Poleaxe that Epic Games just randomly decided to not use without any explanation last year, but I have a feeling it will be of use this year. And with that said, now sit back, relax and enjoy this locker showcase thanks to Hello, who will be linked in the video description down below, who provided me with this of all the current Christmas or winter themed rewards. So make sure after you've watched until the end, because believe me, some of these are incredibly cool, that you're subscribing to him, and even before that now make sure to hit the big red button if it says subscribe in red, and of course slap a like in the video before you leave today and go and subscribe to him. But either way, thank you all for watching, and now you guys can weigh up whether these rewards are worth buying or not if they come to the item shop.